this first question, there is a uniform hollow sphere of mass 1 kg, and that sphere is placed on a rough horizontal surface whose coefficient of static friction is 2 by 5. Now we have to find out that what maximum constant force can be applied at the highest point of the sphere in the horizontal direction, so that this sphere would roll purely on this surface. So first of all, let us apply that force on the top point, and let us write that maximum force is F. The radius of the sphere is, let's suppose it is R, and the mass is 1 kg. Now let us assume in fact that the rolling friction is acting on this sphere in the forward direction. See, this is very important to note that in most of the type of questions of rigid body, we cannot predict the direction of rolling friction, and hence we have to assume that rolling friction is acting in any direction. So the final answer which we would be getting about the rolling friction would contain the correct sign of that rolling friction, which means that if we have assumed the correct direction, then that friction would be coming positive, and if we have assumed the wrong direction, then that friction would be coming to be negative. So let us assume that this friction is acting in the forward direction, because we cannot predict the direction of rolling friction in this case. So let us first of all see that this sphere is rotating with an angular velocity of omega, and its center, in fact this is accelerated pure rolling, so its angular acceleration is alpha. Let us assume that its angular acceleration is alpha, and the acceleration of its center is a. So the equation of forces is F plus friction is equal to ma. So F plus friction is equal to m, which is the mass, which is 1, and a is the acceleration. Now we are writing the equation of the torque. So you can see that this force F is producing a clockwise torque, and this friction is producing a anti-clockwise torque, like that. But this sphere is rolling in the clockwise sense, so the bigger torque would be of the F. So the torque of F is F into R minus the torque of friction is small f into R. This minus sign shows the fact that the torque of these two forces are in opposite direction, therefore there is a negative sign. And this is equal to, net torque is equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia of this hollow sphere. So the moment of inertia of the hollow sphere is 2 by 3 mr square, and alpha is equal to a by r. So cancelling this r with r and this r with r. So equation says that F minus F is equal to 2 by 3 ma. This is the second equation. If we subtract these two equations, 1 minus 2, then you can see that 2F is equal to 1 by 3 ma. And if we add up these two equations, 1 plus 2, then you can see that 2 capital F is equal to 5 by 3 ma. Now the value of ma is equal to 6F by 5. You can see that value of ma is equal to 2 into 3, 6F by 5. Now we substitute this value into this one. So 2F is equal to 1 by 3 and ma is equal to 6F by 5. So 2 into F is equal to, in fact, F is equal to F by 5. So if we substitute the maximum possible value of friction F max, then it would be mu mg, and mu is 2 by 5, so it is 2 by 5, m is 1 and g is 10. So this is 4. So if we substitute this value, then this would be 4 is equal to 2 by 5 and 4 is equal to F by 5. So F will be equal to 20 newtons. So this is the maximum force which can be applied so that this sphere would roll on this rough surface purely. Now we move on the next question. In this question, there is a disk which is rolling with an angular velocity of omega, and its center is also moving with a linear velocity of v. Now initially disk is lying on this surface AB, which is having some friction, and then it starts to cross this point B, and this BC region is smooth. So we have to find out the fact that when it will start to move in region BC, then what will be its motion. So we know that when this disk is already pure rolling on this rough surface, then the friction acting on the disk would be 0, because there is no need of friction to act on the disk, as disk is already in the state of pure rolling, and the role of rolling friction is to establish the condition of pure rolling. And as disk is already pure rolling, therefore there is no need of friction, and therefore no friction will act on the disk. So even if this disk will move on a frictionless surface, then also it will keep on pure rolling, because there is no need of friction to continue the pure rolling of disk. So the correct answer would be option number B. Now we move on the next question. In this question, you can see that there is a car in which there is an inclined plane which is rough, and there is a disc which is kept on this inclined plane. Now this car is accelerated in the forward direction with an acceleration of g tan alpha, g tan theta. So we have to choose the correct option. Now this sphere is in the pure rolling state initially, so we have to choose the correct option. Now we know that if this inclined plane is moving in the forward direction with an acceleration of a, then a pseudo force will act on this sphere in the backward direction, which is equal to ma, tan ma, where a is equal to g tan theta. So this will be equal to mg tan theta. I have substituted the value of a. Now the component of this pseudo force acting on this sphere in the direction of inclined plane is, this angle is theta. So this component will be mg tan theta cos theta. So cancelling this cos theta with cos theta, so it would be mg sin theta. So this is a component of pseudo force. Now we know that a force mg sin theta will also be acting on this sphere in the downward direction, which is the component of mg acting on it. So you can see that mg sin theta, which is the component of pseudo force, is cancelled out by the mg sin theta, which is the component of mg. Therefore there is no net force acting on this sphere in the direction of motion. So we can say that if there is no force which is acting on the sphere, and if no force is changing the state of its pure rolling, then no friction will act on this sphere, because this sphere is already in the state of pure rolling, and no other force is acting on this sphere which is changing its state of pure rolling. So there is no requirement of rolling friction to act in this case, and therefore without any friction, this sphere will continue the pure rolling. So the correct option is option number A. Now the option B says that friction will act on it. So this is incorrect, because friction will not act on this sphere, and its angular velocity will increase. This is also incorrect, because no force is creating any torque about the center. because each force is passing through the center of the sphere, and therefore the torque of each of them is 0. And the last option is the angular velocity will decrease. So this is also incorrect. So the correct option is only the option number A. Now we move on the next question. In this question, you can see that there is a body which is round body, and it is given some translational velocity only, and it is kept on a surface that has sufficient amount of friction. So in this case, you can see that the velocity of each of the point on this body, which is point A, point O and point B, will be in the forward direction, and it is equal to V, because this object is given only translational velocity. So this body will be in the state of sliding in the forward direction, and therefore the friction will be acting on this body initially in the backward direction, and this friction is kinetic friction. So this body will move in the forward direction for some time while sliding, and afterwards it will start the pure rolling. So the correct answer will be option number A. So now we'll move on the next question. In this question, there is a sphere which is rolling purely on this plank. Now this plank is kept on a smooth surface, so there is no friction in the bottom surface of the plank, and this plank is hinged by a nail so that it is not moving initially. Now this sphere is rolling purely on this rough plank, and this surface is rough and this is smooth. So we have removed this pin, and we have to choose the correct option. So obviously we know that if the sphere is already in the state of pure rolling, and there is no other external force acting on this sphere which is hampering its state of pure rolling, then there is no need of friction to act on this sphere, and therefore no friction will be acting on this sphere. And if there is no friction acting on the sphere by the plank, then there will be no friction acting on the plank by the sphere. Therefore we can say that there will be no friction acting on the plank on both of the surfaces, and hence there is no force that would move the plank, and this plank will keep on will remain in the state of rest forever, and this sphere will keep on rolling forever without any friction. So the correct option will be option number D. Now we move on the next question. In this question, there is a uniform sphere of mass m, and it is given some angular velocity omega like that in the clockwise direction, and it is kept on this plank. Now this plank is kept on a smooth surface, but there is some friction between this sphere and this plank at this surface. The coefficient of that friction is mu, and this we have to find out the relative acceleration of the sphere with respect to plank initially. So we know that initially this sphere is only rotating with omega. Therefore the velocity of this point on the sphere would be in the backward direction, Vb. So the friction would be acting on the sphere in the forward direction like that, and that would be the kinetic friction, because in this case sliding is occurring, and this is backward sliding because the contact point on the sphere is moving in the backward direction. So this is backward sliding, and to oppose this backward sliding, the kinetic friction would be acting in the forward direction. So the value of this kinetic friction will be mu mg. And if we talk about this plank, then we can say that on plank, this is the plank, and on the plank the friction would be acting in the backward direction, because on this sphere the friction is acting in the forward direction. So the acceleration of a sphere will be equal to mu mg by m, because only friction is acting on the sphere and acceleration is f upon m. So this is mu g, and the acceleration of plank will be in the backward direction, which is also equal to mu mg by m. So it is mu g. So the relative acceleration of sphere with respect to plank will be as minus ap. and AS minus AP will be equal to 2 mu G, because they both are in opposite directions. So the correct answer will be option number D. Now we move on the next question. In this question, you can see that there is a ring of mass m, in fact of mass 3m and radius r, and this ring is having some mass m which is attached on this circumference of the ring. Now initially this theta was 90 degree like that, and we have released this ring from this position. So this ring will roll on this surface which is rough, and this will roll purely, and we have to find out the angular acceleration of ring just after releasing it. Now you can see that when we will release this ring from this position, then mg of this mass would create the torque which would rotate this ring in clockwise direction with some angular acceleration. Let's suppose that is alpha. Now if this ring is rotating with an angular acceleration of clockwise direction alpha, then to satisfy the condition of pure rolling, the acceleration of the center of the ring should be in the forward direction. And if we imagine that which force would produce this ring to move or to translate, then we can see that the friction of the ground would be acting in the forward direction, which would initiate this ring to move in the forward direction with the acceleration of A. So this friction is helping this ring to move in the forward direction with an acceleration of A, and this torque of mg is helping the ring to move, to rotate about the center in the clockwise sense. So if we write down the equations, then friction would be equal to 4ma, because the total mass of the system is 4m, the mass of this ring is 3m, and the mass of this particle is m. So this is F is equal to 4ma, and the net torque would be mg into small r. This torque is in clockwise sense, and the torque of friction is in anti-clockwise sense. So minus F into small r is equal to I alpha. So this is mg minus F into r is equal to I, where I is the moment of inertia of this system. So the moment of inertia of the ring is 3mr square plus moment of inertia of this particle is mr square, into alpha is equal to A upon r. So this is A upon r. So cancelling this r and this r. So mg minus F is equal to 4ma, while F is equal to 4ma. So mg is equal to 8ma, and A is equal to G by 8. So the correct option would be, in fact we have to find out angular acceleration. So alpha is equal to A by R, and therefore it would be G by 8R. So the correct option is option number B. Now let's move on the next question. In this question, you can see that there is a solid cylinder and a string is wounded on this solid cylinder. This string is being pulled by some force F in the upward direction. The mass of this cylinder is 1 kg and its radius is 2 by 3 meters. Now we have to find out the maximum possible value of angular acceleration alpha, so that this cylinder will roll without slipping on this ground. Now first of all, let us draw all the possible forces which are acting on this cylinder. So mg would be acting in the downward direction. This is mg, and the normal reaction would be acting in the upward direction. This is normal reaction. And if you can see that the angular acceleration of this cylinder would be like that in anti-clockwise sense, because this force is creating a torque which is in anti-clockwise sense. So it would move, it would rotate in anti-clockwise sense. So for pure rolling, it is necessary that the linear acceleration of this cylinder should be in this direction, and therefore the force which will produce this linear acceleration would be the friction. So the friction would be acting in the forward direction like that. So if we write down the equation of forces in y-axis, so in y-axis you can see that F plus normal reaction is equal to mg, and we can increase this F till the normal reaction becomes 0. So if this F is greater than mg, then the normal reaction will become 0, and therefore the friction will become 0. Because there is no contact with the surface, then there would be no friction acting on the sphere. So if F is greater than mg, then the normal reaction would be 0, and hence then the friction acting on this sphere would be 0. So the F maximum which can act on this solid cylinder can be equal to mg, and this is also the boundary condition. So let us take this F maximum as mg. Now if we write down the equation of forces in x-axis, so in x-axis we can see that friction F will be equal to ma. This is the first equation. And if we write down the equation of torque, then this F into R minus small f into R, because the torque of this force will be like that and torque of friction will be like that. So net torque will be F into capital F into R minus small f into R, and this is equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia of solid cylinder, which is mr square by 2, and alpha is equal to A by R. We know that alpha is equal to A by R because this is the condition for pure rolling. So cancelling this R with R and this R with R, so F minus F will be equal to MA by 2, where capital F is equal to mg and small f is equal to ma. So mg minus ma is equal to ma by 2, and therefore mg is equal to 3 ma by 2 and a is equal to 2g by 3. So this is 20 by 3, and alpha is equal to a upon r, where r is 2 by 3. So 20 by 3 divided by 2 by 3 is 10. So alpha max is equal to 10 radians per second. Why I am saying it as alpha max? Because if we are applying this maximum force, then it would create maximum torque, and maximum torque would produce maximum angular acceleration. So this is 10 radians per second square. Now we move on the next question. In this question, there is a uniform solid cylinder of mass 1 kg which is resting on two planks like that, and there is a thread which is wound on the cylinder. Now this thread is hanging, and its hanging end is being pulled by a constant force of F. Now it is given that the coefficient of friction is 1 by 3 for cylinder and these planks. So we have to find out the maximum possible value of F and angular acceleration, in fact linear acceleration, for which this cylinder would not slide and it would always roll purely on these planks. So first of all, let us consider that the center of the cylinder is moving with an acceleration of a in this direction, and this a is the maximum acceleration, and its angular acceleration is alpha, which is also the maximum acceleration. Now the friction acting on this cylinder would be like that. So let's suppose that the total friction is F, and the normal reaction would be acting in the upward direction and mg would be acting in the downward direction. So in y-axis, if I draw the free body diagram of the cylinder and if I show you the cross-section view, then this will be mg, this will be F, and this will be the normal reaction. So F plus mg is equal to N, and F is therefore equal to, or we can say that N is equal to F plus mg. So the maximum possible friction is equal to mu into N. So F max is equal to mu is 1 by 3 and N is F plus mg. So this is the maximum possible friction. So we are assuming that maximum friction is acting. So because if friction is greater than this value, then there would be sliding that would be occurring, because friction can cease the sliding till this value only. So we are considering the boundary conditions. Now if we write down the equation of forces in x-axis, so in x-axis, like that, parallel to the planks, so there is friction acting, F max, and that friction would be equal to ma. So this F max is 1 by 3 F plus mg, where mg is 10, and this is equal to ma, where m is 1 and a is a. Now if we write down the equation of the torque, so you can see that this angular acceleration is in the clockwise sense, and the torque of this force F is also in the clockwise sense. Now this friction is acting like that. So this friction is creating a torque in anti-clockwise sense, but the cylinder is rolling in the clockwise sense. So the bigger torque would be of the capital F. So F into small r minus friction into small r will be equal to I alpha, where cylinder has a moment of inertia of m r square by 2, and alpha is equal to a upon r, because we know that alpha is equal to a upon r. So cancelling this r with r, this r with this r, so F minus F is equal to ma by 2, and we can, m is 1, so F minus friction is 1 by 3 F minus mg by 3, which is 10 by 3. So that is equal to ma by 2, which is a by 2, because m is equal to 1. So you can see that this is equal to, I am writing it on the next page. So this is 2f by 3. I am showing you that this f minus f by 3 is 2f by 3 minus 10 by 3 minus 10 by 3 is equal to a by 2. So this is a by 2. So 2f by 3 is equal to a by 2 plus 10 by 3, and according to this equation, this is equation number 1. So this is f by 3 plus 10 by 3 is equal to a, or we can say that f plus 10 is equal to 3a. So if we substitute the value of f, then f is equal to 3a minus 10. So 2 by 3 into 3a minus 10 is equal to a by 2 plus 10 by 3. So this is 2a minus 20 by 3 is equal to a by 2 plus 10 by 3. So this is 2a minus a by 2, and this is equal to 30 by 3, which is 10. And this is 3 by 2, a is equal to 10, and a is equal to 20 by 3. And this is the maximum acceleration, which is given as n by 3. So if we compare it to n by 3, then n is equal to 20. And if we have to find out the maximum value of f, then f max is equal to 3a minus 10. So this is 3, and a is 20 by 3 minus 10. So this is 10 newtons. So this is the maximum value of f, and this is the maximum acceleration for which this cylinder will roll without slipping on this plank. Thank you.